The biting winter air of Zvezny, 1-0 cut through heavy coats. Families navigated icy sidewalks, breath pluming in frigid daylight. Children, rosy-faced from cold, trudged towards the monolithic school. Their laughter was muffled by the crisp, falling snow. Scientists, serious and briefcase-laden, hurried to secure facilities, their minds already engaged with classified projects. The city's rhythm was precise, dictated by unseen hands. A carefully orchestrated ballet of daily life unfolded. Sparse shops offered predictable goods, a stark reminder. It was a controlled environment, always under scrutiny. Yet, within uniformity, subtle distinctions emerged. Layers of privilege and restriction defined existence here. The sense of community was strong, born from shared isolation. Beneath the surface, a quiet understanding permeated interactions. Their unique, sequestered reality was ever present. A young woman, a technician, lingered by a window display, her gaze fixed on a foreign-made doll, a luxury. She knew it was beyond her reach, a silent longing. Meanwhile, a high-ranking official's family drove past. Their dark Volga bypassed queues at the special store. Access to better provisions, a quiet symbol of status. Children, oblivious, built snow forts in the central square. Their innocent play, a temporary escape from rigid structure. Evening brought a soft glow from apartment windows. A collective sigh as families gathered for dinner. Conversations were often hushed, voices kept low. Lives lived under the watchful, albeit unseen, eye. It was a life of quiet endurance, day after day. Individual aspirations often sublimated to the collective good. The walls, both physical and ideological, were defining features. A lone guard patrolled the perimeter fence. His breath fogged in the biting cold. The city lights twinkled in the distance. He checked his watch. The shift almost over. Inside, a mother tucked her child into bed. She hummed a lullaby, a familiar, comforting tune. The child clutched a worn, homemade wooden toy. No foreign dolls here, only simple pleasures. A father read a newspaper, state-approved news. He occasionally glanced at his sleeping family. His thoughts were his own, unspoken, private. The radio played soft classical music. Another evening in Zvezny, 1-0 drew to a close. The city slept, a silent, controlled slumber. Snow continued to fall, blanketing everything. Tomorrow, the precise rhythm would begin again. Another day of quiet endurance. Another day. The unseen hands continued their careful orchestration. Morning light filtered through frosted windows. The smell of strong coffee and stale bread-filled kitchens. Workers bundled up, preparing for their shifts. The daily commute to the institutes resumed. Scientists walked with purpose, briefcases swinging. Children's shouts echoed from schoolyard. The familiar clang of the tram bell pierced the air. A woman swept snow from her doorstep. The routine offered a strange comfort. Life continued, meticulously planned and executed. Each citizen played their part in the grand design. Zvezdny 1-0 awoke to another controlled yet human day. The frigid morning air still clung to Zvezdny 1-0. Sunlight, weak and pale, filtered through the grey sky. The city's rhythm, though precise, now shifted. Daylight revealed the stark contrasts of daily life. A young woman, Anya, walked slowly past a shop window. Her technician's uniform was practical, unadorned. Her gaze lingered on a display of foreign goods. A brightly coloured doll, imported, caught her eye. Its plastic face seemed to mock her quiet longing. She knew such luxuries were far beyond her reach. A sigh escaped her lips, barely audible in the cold. She moved on, her reflection fading from the glass. Moments later, a sleek, dark, Volga sedan approached. It glided silently through the snow-dusted streets. Inside, a high-ranking official's family sat comfortably. The official's wife wore a fur hat, a symbol of status. Their children, bundled warmly, looked out the window. The car bypassed the usual queues at the special store. A guard saluted as they drove directly to the entrance. Better provisions, unavailable to others, awaited them. This quiet access was an undeniable mark of privilege. Anya, now further down the street, saw the Volga. Her expression remained neutral, a practiced mask. She understood the city's unspoken hierarchy. In the central square, children's shouts broke the silence. They built snow forts, their breath misting in the air. Their innocent play offered a temporary, joyful escape. They were oblivious to the city's rigid social structure. A snowball fight erupted, laughter echoing loudly. The city's strictures seemed to melt away for them. As afternoon waned, the sky turned to shades of violet. Street lights flickered on, casting long, stark shadows. The scientists emerged from their secure facilities. Their briefcases still clutched, their faces tired. Families began their slow trek homeward. Evening brought a soft glow from apartment windows. Each window a small, warm rectangle in the gloom. A collective sigh seemed to settle over the city. Families gathered around dinner tables. The aroma of simple, hearty meals filled the air. Conversations were often hushed, voices kept low. Lives were lived under the watchful, unseen eye. The state's presence was an ever-present, quiet hum. Individual aspirations often sublimated to the collective. The walls, both physical and ideological, defined existence. Anya ate her dinner alone, a book open beside her plate. The official's family enjoyed a more elaborate meal. The children in the square finally headed home. Their snow forts stood silent, monuments to play. Zvezdny 1-0 settled into its nightly slumber. A life of quiet endurance, a unique sequestered reality. The city's pulse slowed but never truly stopped. Guards patrolled the perimeter, their breath visible. The cold wind whispered secrets through the empty streets. Inside apartments, radios played soft, approved music. Shadows danced on walls, telling silent, untold stories. Anya closed her book, a thoughtful expression on her face. She gazed out her window at the snow-covered rooftops. The city slept, holding its dreams and its restrictions. Another day in Zvezdny, 1-0, a world apart.